broadcast may contain reality. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to Can We Talk with Juel podcast, the only show where we ungatekeep the apocalypse so you can panic in style. We are proudly sponsored by fundraisingcup.org ministries because somebody has to keep the bunker lights on and the Wi-Fi paid. And if you're going to watch the world burn, you might as well do it while raising money for a good cause, right? I'm your host, Juel Preston, and we are live from the bunker. So, what's going on? Strap in. We are not easing into March. We are cannonballing into it with a blindfold and a Red Bull at that. We've got missiles, missing money, and Jim Carrey's new face, guys. Let's get into all of it. Starting with local and national news segment. I call it the big, beautiful national news. So we have first up the State of the Union, guys. Longest speech in history. Yes, Bill Clinton's record shattered.
2 hours
Trump
later.
talked for so long, guys. I think the Secret Service started aging in dog years. The theme? America as 250, strong, prosperous, and respected. Yeah. Translation: fireworks, tariffs, and good vibes. We're basically prepping for the country's quarter life crisis on July 4th. Inflation is allegedly plummeting to 2.4%. Plummeting where? Because my grocery bill did not get the memo. And then came the moment. Wait for it. Stand if you agree. We should protect citizens over illegal aliens. Democrats stay seated like it was the last song at a wedding, guys. And they didn't want to catch the bouquet. Meanwhile, escalation in the Middle East. U.S. and Israel conduct major strike. Iran retaliate. Missiles are flying. Drones are flying. Twitter fingers are flying. Oh my gosh. Democrats are demanding a war powers vote. Republicans are like full send, okay? And in domestic plot twist, former President Bill Clinton sat for well, no, more than 2 hours. It was just hours of long deposition regarding Epstein. He says he had no knowledge of any crime. Shocking. It's the same selective amnesia, guys, we saw in the 90s. At this point, the Clinton's memory is like a Snapchat message. It just kind of disappears the second it gets inconvenient. And yes, Hillary testified too. Meanwhile, a federal judge protects Minnesota refugees from deportation, while 30 more protesters are indicted. So, chaos, democracy, reality season reboot. Yes. And with that said, we have breaking news alert. Breaking news. This just in. Operation Epic Fury has officially changed the map. President Trump ordered coordinated U.S. Israeli strikes that killed Iran's supreme leader. 36 years of rule ended by a pinpoint strike. Iran is currently retaliating with 300 drones and missiles. If you're in Dubai or near the Burj Khalifa, please put the selfie stick down and find a basement. And we have a commercial break. Oh, I'm so glad for our sponsors. Are you tired of the government tracking your every move? Is your neighbor's smart fridge spying on your keto diet? Introducing the tinfoil tuxedo. Stylish enough for a gala, reflective enough to bounce 6G signals back to the moon. Use code JUEL at fundraisingcup.org to get 10% off your first roll of industrial grade protection. The tinfoil tuxedo. Because if you look crazy, they can't recruit you. And that brings us to international news, guys. Iran's supreme leader, we told you, was killed in that joint operation. And they retaliated heavy. The UN emergency meeting basically said, can everyone please calm down before the earth explodes? Pakistan launched strikes into Afghanistan. Ukraine war enters year 5. Russia says, told you. The rest of the world says, sir, please. And over in Mexico, it's a bloodbath after El Mencho was taken out. His lieutenant, El Tuli, decided to go out in a blaze of glory. He was offering 20,000 peso bounties for every Mexican soldier killed. He's gone now. But Governor Abbott is surging law enforcement to the Texas border because when Mexico catches a cold, Texas gets a plague. So now Texas is deploying law enforcement to the border like it's the Call of Duty real life edition. And we spoke about Ukraine entering year 5. Russia's saying that they're vindicated while South Africa is busy rescuing citizens who were tricked into fighting for Moscow. Travel agent tip, guys. If a travel agency offers you a free trip to a snowy trench, don't take it. And Caribbean nations are pledging aid to Cuba to prevent collapse. The Globe said, hold my breath. Oh my goodness. Breaking news, breaking news. We interrupt this broadcast to announce mortgage rates dip below 6%. Millennials briefly felt hope, then remembered home prices. Back to you, Joel. Oh, thank you. Then that brings us to the economy news. The Supreme Court told Trump his tariffs were illegal. And now Costco and Toyota want $175 billion back. Yes, $175 billion. Trump's response? He signed a new executive order for a 10% tax. It's kind of like a toxic ex. You kick them out the front door, then they climb through the bathroom window with a new bill. Make it stop. AI job apocalypse. Jack Dorsey just knew 40% of the workforce at Block. Why? Because AI can do your job better and it doesn't ask for mental health days. How about that? Wall Street is calling it the white collar recession. And the founder of YouTube, Chad Hurley, posed, enjoy your last year of meaningful work. Sir, it's only March. We're tired. Dow Jones dropped 800 points after AI doomsday report. White collar recession is trending. Oil prices over Iran tension. And stagflation is peeking around the corner like, hey, boo, how you doing? And with that said, we have another commercial break with our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by AI Resume Rebuilder. Were you laid off by a robot? Let AI rewrite your resume so another AI can reject it. AI Resume Builder. Because humans are decorators now. And with that said, we're rolling right into the health news. CDC leadership shakeup. FDA scientists resign, citing political pressure. The CDC and FDA are playing musical chairs with leadership because apparently politics and science are now the same thing. But let's talk about some real news. Vomiting. Yes, that's the real medical term for cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. It's when you scream and vomit at the same time from too much weed. Who would have thought? If you're scromiting in the Taco Bell drive-thru, maybe it's time to rethink your life decision. Is it me, or ever since this became legal, there's been more health crisis around weed than I've ever heard before? Just saying, something to think about, guys. There was a measles outbreak in El Paso detention facility. Bird flu kills elephant seals in California. Novo Nordisk cutting weight loss drug prices in 2027. So relief is scheduled. Cool. Menopause estrogen patches. Well, there's a shortage. We call it the great estrogen shortage. There's a critical shortage of menopause patches between the scromiting and the hot flashes in 2026. Guys, it's looking real sweaty out there. And red meat is linked to type 2 diabetes. Metformin now being studied for anti-aging. Everybody trying to live forever while the planet is overheating. Make it make sense.
Are you tired of booking trips that look like the brochure, but feel like a group project gone wrong? You, at the airport, gate changed, middle seat, crying toddler doing vocal warm-ups. Absolutely not. Welcome to Juel's VIP travel business, where we don't do basic. We do boarding passes with boundaries. You want luxury? We got it. You want curated experiences? Done. You want to stop traveling like you lost a bet? Say less. Whether it's tropical beaches, grown and glam girls trips, couples escapes, or I need to disappear for 5 days and come back healed on vacations, we plan it with style. Because listen, there's a difference between I booked a trip and I experienced a moment, and we are in the moment business. No random layovers in cities you can't pronounce. No hotels that look like they were renovated in 1987. No stress. We handle the details. You handle the selfies. Passport stamped, skin glowing, enemies confused. This isn't just travel. This is elevation with a boarding pass. Book with Juel's VIP travel business. Because if you're going to leave the country, leave correctly. Where luxury meets, I deserve this.
Airspace closures in the Middle East. 1,400 flights canceled. Former President Joe Biden delayed at Reagan Airport flying commercial. Spirit Airlines is exiting bankruptcy. And American Airlines is expanding the Miami hub. Southwest is installing Starlink Wi-Fi. And national parks are dropping reservation systems. Friday is now the cheapest day to book flights. That's a tip from your favorite auntie, your travel VIP consultant, guys. And Big Sky, Montana trending for 2026, and TSA introduces $45 confirm ID fee if you don't have real ID. Translation, just pay us. With that said, we are rolling into my most coveted random thoughts because you guys really want to know what Auntie Jewel thinks. And I'm going to start with student loans because 45% of you missed your payments in February. Yeah, you. The system is breaking. But hey, at least some of you got those Navient settlement checks. I mean, go buy a coffee and a tinfoil tuxedo for that matter. And Paramount announces a $110 billion acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. Netflix walked away, surprisingly. Media consolidation level, say no. NASA rolls Artemis to rocket back for repairs. Even the moon mission said, let's regroup. Now, I got to add this before we go because rumor mills are running at warp speed. They have been U.S. government warnings that Iran-linked hackers could target American firms and critical infrastructure amid ongoing